So the topic of women in extractive industries is a very prominent topic in ASF's activities. So in Uganda, we are working with a partner organization called Avocats for Natural Resources and Development. And together with them, we've been engaging with communities who are affected by the development of extractive industries. And in those activities, we've seen that women face very specific challenges due to the fact that they are in a more vulnerable position. So, for instance, when there will be compensations allowed for land that is being taken, women will not be included in the negotiations, and then they will not receive any compensation. But on the other hand, they won't have any land anymore to cultivate. So this kind of vulnerability that we are seeing. Women have really actively engaged in the mining industry. For them, it's a really crucial source of income. So many of the women we interviewed were actually very positive about the fact that mining enables them to get an additional source of income. It also creates an interest for them to start saving and to use this money to invest in new businesses. So we see a lot of new dynamics from women that gather in savings groups, and those savings groups, this is one of the main findings from the research, are actually very crucial for other things as well. So we see that many of the actions, such as protests, strikes, petitions that have been written by women to stand up for their rights, they have been initiated in those savings groups. And it's interesting to see that many of the problems that people face, such as climate change, for instance, they are associated with the oil industry, even though it's not necessarily the case. So the local leaders, they are the ones that are consulted for solving conflicts within the communities. It's done in a quite informal way or not through the formal justice system. They are not able to solve conflicts between communities and the companies because there is a huge disbalance of power, and they are not able to stand, to be in a position to say something to the company. So we see that the role of the local leadership is changing. We don't know really in which direction it's going. It might also be a good thing for women because this local leadership is very often gender blind. There's a lot of things that we found out, a lot of gaps, a lot of issues, also a lot of some good practices. So based on all of that, we've made some recommendations that are included in the report, and those recommendations have also been elaborated with the different stakeholders in the two regions. So we presented them the findings, and together we also had a brainstorm and made some recommendations. So all of those are included in the report, which I invite you to read for further information.